For days now, officials have been warning people in the storm zone to evacuate because of the life-threatening storm surge and dangerous winds. And you can also see all the debris that's still there in the streets after Hurricane Helene, posing more danger. Let's bring back Ginger. And Ginger, you said it. These areas are still rebuilding after hurricanes like Ian.
Yeah, and if you want to know what it looks like to have a surge that changes your entire life forever, you ask the people here at Fort Myers Beach. Down the beach here, there are still construction sites. There are still lots that have been cleared 2 years after a storm. We're talking storms that can take out whole towns, actually move homes. So I want to do the top lines of the storm real quickly for you, Robin. That thing is more than 200 miles to our southwest, but it is jetting northeast at 14 miles per hour. We anticipate a late tonight landfall of potential Category 4 hurricane. And when we use the word unprecedented, up to 15 feet of surge, that word, we mean it.
And
Robin.
Ginger, we cannot stress how essential it is to get out while you still can. And you're going to show us why, Ginger?
Yes, so it's really hard for people to imagine because, I mean, look, the water was more than 100 yards from us, but as the surge approaches, that not only brings the entire ocean, but this kind of bubble of water up and over up to 15 feet near Sarasota later tonight. And so that's why officials are saying, you've got to leave. Please go. This is simply unsurvivable. We've done this before. We know what it looks like in other places. But for you, the word unprecedented matters. So if the people are sticking around, we still see, I heard a story this morning, someone staying in Anna Maria Island. That is the worst idea. People won't be able to get to rescue you. Your doors will be shut by water. You won't have a way out. It'll be the middle of the night. It is going to be frightening. And there's one more layer just to mention in the unprecedented part, climate change. You know, our oceans have absorbed 90% of our heat. That ocean is hot. It is super fuel. And this thing is going to make history.
It's a violent force that you want to avoid at all costs. Storm surge, basically water piling up inside and ahead of the hurricane that eventually gets slammed onto shore. In this ABC News virtual view, we can see that in the center of the hurricane, as pressure falls, water levels rise. All that water piling up while it's still over the open ocean. As a hurricane closes in on land, the strong winds push that water toward the coast, and it has nowhere left to go but up and inland. This is what it might look like inside a home taking on storm surge. The water approaching quickly and viciously, entering your home and quickly climbing. And when storm surge combines with high tide, the rapid rise in water can actually move a home.
Something I watched with my own eyes in Hurricane Michael in 2018.
I just saw something I have never seen in real life. I saw an entire home taken off of its foundation and rolled down the street.
Another critical reason you might want to leave? The wind. Just this summer, the Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety is showing GMA its hurricane simulator and what it can do to a home when it's dialed up to a Cat 3. 125-mile-per-hour winds. Chunks of the roof ripped off. The ceiling collapsing, exposing the home and anyone inside to the full wrath of the storm. That dangerous wind, not just obliterating the roof. This 2x4 cannon reminding us what deadly flying debris can do when it's launched by a hurricane. Piercing through the window, the bed, the wall, and even the couch on the other side. With windows so vulnerable in a hurricane, experts shared this advice. As you leave, close all interior doors. It can help contain the wind to just that part of the house and limit damage.
With storm surge, just a mile or two can make all the difference in the world. And guys, you know I do that show, Hearts of Heroes. We have so many stories about first responders that have risked their own lives in storms like this. If for anyone else, do it for them and get out before the storm comes.
Oh boy, that simulation just showed you just how dangerous it is. Ginger, thank you for sharing that with us.